How's it going, guys? I hope you all had an amazing holiday. I know it's been about a week or two since I've done a pickup video, but I think it's about time I go over some games I picked up the week before Christmas, as well as the day of. So I know this is a different looking pickup video than normal. Usually I do everything on my computer. I'll have everything stacked up on my desk and record it all with my webcam. But I thought it'd be actually pretty cool to just stand up, put a table out, and stand in front of my game collection so you guys can see more of what I have here. So I have a few stories behind a little bit of these pickups right here. The first thing I will go over, since it was a Christmas gift, but I already know I did a pickup video on this, was my Custom Controls UK Xbox One remote. If you want to find out some more information, definitely check out my review on this. So I was going back to work the Thursday before Christmas, and on Tuesday I had my niece. Once I dropped her back off, I thought it'd be pretty cool to do some game hunting. So on my way home, I live pretty close to a Savers. I was figuring, hey, let's see what they have. So one thing I did have actually was a complete box Genesis console. That was in amazing shape. Had all the plastics, all the instruction manuals, had the packed-in game and everything like that. The only thing was, it was $60, which is a pretty good price, but it was still something that was like, I really don't need it, especially for $60. You know, I can save my money and maybe find something better out there. I just one of those things I was like, you know, it's not really meant to be. Unfortunately, I ended up leaving. I drove home, and then I was like, you know, I would really like this Genesis. I don't have a box Genesis. Like, I have multiple Nintendos and Super Nintendos and 64s, but I don't have any box Sega consoles. So as I got home, like I said, I lived really close. I drove back, and I was like, you know, I'm gonna go pick it up. So I parked my car, started walking inside, and noticed someone was actually walking out with it. I don't know what the best way to say is, but I guess you can say I got caught slipping or whatever it is like that. But I did miss up on the console, and I was I messed up on the console, and I was pretty bummed about it for a few days. So that next day was Wednesday. I had some plans to go down to the time capsule in Cranston, Rhode Island, so I could do a video review. And as I was down there, I was going to go see my parents because they live several towns over. But it's just one of those things, just drive straight down Rhode Island and drive back up later on that night. So while I was down in Cranston, I actually picked up a game while I was over there. It was Rampage for the Master System. I've been looking for this game for a while because it looks like it's a much better version than the NES one. And Rampage is actually a really fun game, so I actually can't wait to play this. There was nothing else I really needed while I was down there, and like I said, I was just trying to save money. Like, if I could find, you know, games for a little bit cheaper, because, you know, that's kind of the easiest way to fill your collection is, like, if you really don't need it, definitely wait it out, because I'm sure, you know, you always have the opportunity to find it at a better price or maybe better condition. But for Rampage, I was sold on it immediately. So while I was down there seeing my family, my sister told me she got me some Christmas presents. At first, I was like, oh, I'm really curious what you got me. So I don't know how she knew this, but she doesn't know what I have for Master System. She knows I collect for it, but she knows I have around 80-something games. But she didn't know that I didn't have Paperboy, so she ended up getting me Paperboy for Christmas, as well as Lunar, or Lunar, however you pronounce it. I was shocked when I saw this. Like, it was just insane, the fact that she found it for me. It's complete, has everything to it, in amazing shape as well. Definitely Sister of the Year. I can't really complain about this at all. I really can't thank her enough for finding me those two games. If you want to follow her on Instagram, she posts some pretty cool pictures often. I'll put the link to her Instagram below. So although my Wednesday was pretty cool, how I ended up getting the copy of Rampage and Lunar for my sister as well as Paperboy, it wasn't the end of my pickups for that day. There was this kid I was talking to on the app Let Go for about 7 days beforehand, and he had 5 Game Boy games for sale. I've been trying to meet up with him, and the timing and availability wasn't working out. Is either I was at work or he wasn't available at an earlier time or later time. So it was about, I think it was like 7 p.m. Wednesday, and I messaged him. I said, hey dude, are you available around 8? Because I really would like to pick up the stuff. He said he was, and I live pretty close to Gillette Stadium, and he was like, let's just meet over there. So I was like, okay, let's do it, man. I'll meet you there for 8. And I actually won like 20 bucks on a scratch ticket, so I was like, alright, I'll scratch it. I'll get this ticket cashed in so I can make some change so when I buy these games off him. While I was actually talking to him though, I was like, hey man, do you actually have anything else for sale? Because I was like, I noticed you have Game Boy games. Do you have any of the systems? He told me he had a Game Boy Color. He wanted 10 bucks for it. It was missing the battery cover, and I was like, how about $15 for the Game Boy games as well as the system? He said, sure, that's no problem at all. As I was talking to him about that, he also said he had a DSi and he had some games. He wanted 25 for the DSi and I believe 20 for the games. So I was like, if you want to bring them with you, I was like, I'll definitely check them out. I'm in no rush to get a DSi. I don't even want one. But if you really want to get rid of it, definitely bring it with you and I'll see if we can work out something. He was like, well, I want 45 for both. I was like, we could do 35 for the DSi and the DSi games, or DS games. I said, yeah, just bring it with you and I'll definitely take a look at it. Maybe it's something I'll grab. So the first thing I ended up grabbing was the 5 games. Kirby's Dream Land. It's actually the first Game Boy game I own besides Tetris. Conker's Pocket Tales. Yoshi. Wario Land 3. And Zelda Link's Awakening. So those were $10, and then I got the Kiwi or Lime Green Game Boy Color. This is $5. It's missing the backing, but with the backing or even a whole new shell for about $10. I think backing is about $2 or $3. I can definitely make this thing look better again, and it's actually a color I do have, so I might get a different color shell for and possibly mod this one. So he told me he didn't have a stylus or a charger for the DSi, so I told him I was all set with it. Like, you know, 35 is a bit too much. I would be possibly interested in games, and he was like, how about let's just do 25 for the whole bundle? I said, wait, 25 for the DSi, the games, as well as the Game Boy Color in the game. He said, yeah. He said, that's sure. I was like, I just want to get rid of this stuff. It's sitting around. I told him at the same time, I was like, I don't want to just put stuff on a shelf that I really don't need. So we agreed on 25 bucks for everything. So the Game Boy Color, the 5 games, as well as actually ended up being 6 DS games. So the DS, I actually posted a picture of like when I did the first cleaning of it with a magic eraser. I'll have that pop up somewhere around me right now. But yeah, it's a white DS. It's in pretty good shape. Screen isn't too scratched, but I ended up cleaning up pretty well. I got 6 games with it, which is supposed to be 5, but I was pretty happy with that. It's Mario Luigi's Bowser's Inside Story, Scribblenauts, however you pronounce it, Mario Party DS, SpongeBob Truth or Square, Nicktoons Attack on the Toybots, and what was in the system, I don't know if you didn't notice, was WarioWare Touch. So for $25 for the games in the systems, I was wicked pleased with that. And it's definitely a great way to end my Wednesday as well. So now we're going to fast forward over to Thursday. A store nearby my house called That's Entertainment. It's in Worcester, Mass. I highly recommend checking that place out. They always have really good games in stock. Always something new I can find. And I was telling you about how I missed out on the Genesis, so I want to go into this a little more. So they were doing a 20% off deal on everything in the entire store. So as I walked in, I was looking for a Genesis because I know they've had box Genesis on sale or for 50, 55, 60 bucks pretty often. So I walked in and I found this beautiful complete in box Genesis. It's the core system. It doesn't have any game packs included, which is the only thing that's really different than the one I found at Savers. Box on the corner is a little beat up, but overall, this system has everything, all the plastics and manuals. This is only held on by Scotch tape. And you can see here that it was 50 bucks, but I ended up getting it for 40 after 20% off. At the same time, I ended up grabbing a few NES games as well. I grabbed Conflict for $8. Spelunker, I believe this was like 6 and change. And A Boy and His Blob for $8. And yet, I don't see his games too often, the Conflict and Spelunker. I do see A Boy and His Blob pretty often. But it's definitely games I hear people speak very highly of it, so I figured it was about time I added it to my collection. So all that Thursday passed, I ended up going back on Friday. Because on Thursday I still had a box PlayStation, and it was a variant I've never seen before. So let me go over that really quick. So when I first walked in, I did find some NES games I wanted, because they're still doing 20% off. So on Friday I picked up Maniac Mansion, I think I got that for $12. And Godzilla, I got it for $8. So I message a lot of people I know that actually collect PlayStation 1s and the variants for them. And they couldn't really tell me anything about this system either. So I bought it on a whim. It was $35, got it for $28. But it was this one right here. It was the Battle Arena Toshinden variant. It's not really a variant. It's the one that has a sticker on the front that said the game was included. So the one thing I did notice at first was I noticed it had like a rip right here. Rip right here. So the way the box is supposed to go, the top's supposed to fold in, but the way they had it boxed up was the top was folded up like that, so I thought it was complete until I kind of really looked at it and noticed pretty much missing the top flap. In the end, I mean, it is the one that has the better audio, so it's only $28 for this, but inside it was actually pretty cool because it had a boxed RFU cable and a boxed PS1 controller, the first model of them. So I thought it was really cool for $28. For the system, the RFU adapter, and this, I really couldn't complain. And also, it did come with the game. This isn't the packing one, since this is a greatest hits one, and that is the original PlayStation. I believe the SCPH 1001 or something like that. Yeah, the 1001 model. But it did come in this. Did come with this game, which they said they ended up getting in as a trade-in, so I ended up throwing it inside the box. So overall, from That's Entertainment Worcester, I got some really awesome deals. I think in the end between like the 5 games and the cable, or sorry, the 5 games, the systems, I paid less than $100 for everything. So now we're getting into now I start getting into the Christmas pickups. So I do a lot of editing, obviously, when I'm making YouTube videos, and I'm cycling between like USB drives or flash drives. I have like a 64 gig one that's on USB 2.0, so it takes a while to save files. I have a small 16 gig one I found the other day. And I just found another 16 gig one, that's USB 2.0, that I found the other day on one of my shelves. My fiance actually also got me an external hard drive. This makes editing a million times better since I can keep everything on one hard drive as opposed to keeping some things on my PC or some things on the MacBook and then some things on flash drives. Everything just stays in this. I know 1 terabyte is going to fill up pretty quick, but it is pretty awesome to finally have one of these. Also for Christmas, one of my groomsmen, Anthony, he actually ended up... So on Instagram a few weeks back, I posted I really wanted the Dawn Shadow Xbox controller, which I probably shouldn't have told many people I really wanted to get another Xbox controller, since my brother got me one. My friend Anthony ended up getting me this one right here, the Dawn Shadow. This was really awesome and the color was absolutely amazing. It's actually better in person than I expected. Also, one of my co-workers, he ended up getting me the Lunar controller for Christmas too. So I have 3 brand new Xbox One controllers, and every single one's a little different. With the Donkey Kong one looking as awesome as it is, the Lunar one having different grips in the back, and the Dawn Shadow one having similar grips, but having the really cool colors on it. So to wrap up my final pickup, I went to Savers, let's see, today is Sunday. I probably went last Wednesday, and I noticed I had a GameCube on sale. Sorry, for sale. It was $30. It came with the GameCube, the black controller, all the cables, and it was a black system as well right here. But it also came with a Wavebird, the Platinum one, as well as a receiver. And I felt like for $30 it was a good deal, but I already have, I think, like between 5 or 8 GameCubes, and I really didn't feel like adding another GameCube to my collection. Also, I forgot to mention, it actually did come with another memory card as well. So I asked the person working there if they could take it down so I could take a look at it. I popped open the GameCube. It had SSX Tricky inside. That's actually a game I've been looking for a while, but would prefer to have it complete in box. I didn't really pay attention and look further into it, so I was a little hesitant by grabbing it. I ended up leaving like I did for the Genesis and coming back probably 20 minutes later. I was like, you know, for $30, it comes with a Platinum Wavebird, it comes with a receiver, it comes with a memory card. I can probably just trade this into GameStop or something and get whatever they offer. So GameStop actually offers $27.50 for a complete GameCube. I feel like that's a really cool deal because in the end, for just a few bucks, I would have gotten the Platinum controller, the game, and the memory card for just about $5 total after tax. So I walked over to GameStop since it's in the same plaza, but found out they actually don't accept GameCubes, even though online it says they do. It must be certain stores where they take them in. But I was like, that's fine, and then I popped open the GameCubes. I was like, I wonder what SSX looks like. So I popped it open, took the game out, and then I noticed Luigi's Mansion was actually also in there. So I looked at Luigi's Mansion. It was in pretty rough shape. I already have it complete, and I was like, maybe GameStop will take this. So I ended up bringing Luigi's Mansion in. I got like 11 bucks cash for it, because I think they do the same cash as credit. So and I was like, there's nothing I want at GameStop, let's just trade this in. I'll offset my costs. So in the end, I got this for 20 bucks. So it was, like I said, the black GameCube, the Platinum Wavebird, the receiver, SSX Tricky, a memory card, as well as a black controller. So if you like this video, definitely give it a thumbs up. And in the comments field below, tell me some of the cool stuff you got for Christmas. As always, if you haven't subscribed yet, definitely do that so you can check out my future content. But thank you guys so much for watching and have a great week hunting.